months ago, I recorded myself cutting my own hair. And so today, we're gonna record me cutting my husband's hair. Hello and welcome back to Creative Chimera Studio, where I share everyday ideas for expressing your creativity. I have placed an emoji over him because we're recording this post haircut. And therefore you have to wait until the end for the reveal. Your mugshot. Okay, let's do this. I feel way more confident doing your hair now that I've done it a couple times. I'm not scared, but how does that make you feel?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, am I becoming overconfident?
Oh, I hope not.
Basically, I think I did a good job.
Okay, I trust you. I haven't seen it yet, so.
Okay. Are you ready to see the finished result?
Oh, sure, I guess.
Okay, into the bathroom.
Alright.
So,
I'm like
the reveal.
longest and not, I don't know.
Rate my service out of 10. 0 out of 10. 0 to 10.
Your service?
Yeah, my barber service.
I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
An 8 out of 10. And it's not even like your fault that I don't give it anything higher. It's just me like sitting down and being like worried. So it's just like the nerve-wracking until I see finally what it looks like. So
but
yeah.
Hold on, knowing your personality, you probably feel nervous even at like a barber shop.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's honestly been a long time since I've actually gone to like a barber shop.
Yeah, but I feel like you would just be nervous anyways. I feel like it's just your personality. So I would say 8 out of 10 is really good.
I feel like it's been at least like 6 or 7 years since
Yeah.
I've gone to like an actual barber.
Actually, I had been cutting his hair since last year. And the reason why I started cutting his hair is because during the pandemic, he was like, you know what you should do? You should cut my hair. And I was like, where did this come from? I had never had considered cutting anyone else's hair, but he brought this up to me because I think during the pandemic, all men were being forced to like get their hair done by their girlfriends.
Or just grow it out. Like,
yeah, okay, so either people were just growing out their hair or they were like asking their partners to cut their hair because they were not going to the salons and stuff. And so you proposed this to me. I thought, okay, but I wasn't very serious about it. But then a couple of years later, last year,
I ended up growing out my hair anyway.
Yeah, okay, his hair got extremely long.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I don't know how far down.
It was like here.
Okay, yeah.
Something like that. It was enough to like tie in a ponytail and everything, so.
Which was not necessarily problematic, but it was very damaged. Like, he did not, he just let it grow out for like 1-2 years. And when you like looked at his hair, it was just split end central, and he could not like tell. He didn't know that his hair was so damaged. When I actually brought it up, he was like, uh-oh. And I was like, what do you mean, uh-oh? This was your idea from like years ago.
Yeah, but years had passed and then my hair was long, and you know, you grow like an attachment sort of to it. You're like, oh no. So yeah. I think I had already been mentioning like, oh, maybe my hair is too long, and you had been planting the idea of my hair being pretty damaged for like a while, so yeah.
Yeah, because you kept saying like over the course of several months, like maybe I'll go get my hair cut, but you never did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think he's ever gonna get a haircut, so I think I'm just gonna do it. And so the very first time, I was scared. I like somehow I was like, please let me cut your hair.
Yeah.
And he finally like gave in, even though it was his idea. And then I only trimmed like a little bit. I think the first time I cut it, it went from like being here to like
it was
here.
a small trim.
I just cut off the dead end part.
I don't know, half an inch off or something.
Yeah, like I was just getting rid of the damaged parts. So I think visually it didn't even look that different because I think going from longer hair to long hair, which was like basically what we did not look that different. But you said that it felt different when you went and showered and like washed your hair. You were like, I could tell.
You can feel the like weight. I don't know. I can feel the weight difference or the whatever.
Yeah. So then that was the very first time. So I was like gaining confidence. I think maybe like a few weeks later, I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to cut it like a bit more.
Yeah.
And I cut it back to, I don't know if it was that one time or it was like 2 times afterwards, but I cut it up to this length. Yeah, I'm curious to know what your thoughts were the first couple of times of getting your hair cut and how you feel about it nowadays.
Oh, well, I don't know. I think in the beginning I was just a little scared that it was gonna be really messed up or something. Like, I don't know. I know you cut your own hair, but I had never, I guess, experienced anybody but like, you know, a barber or something cutting my hair. So I was just like, oh no, somebody who's not like, I guess, professionally trained or whatever, or like hasn't been doing it to like tons of other people all the time. So it was a little nerve-wracking, I guess, but I don't know, I just kind of was like, well, I guess if it gets messed up, it gets messed up and I can just grow it out again or go to like somewhere to fix it. So yeah, I just went through it, but it ended up being fine. So
basically you didn't trust me.
What? No, I trusted you enough to do it. So like I trusted you enough to not like physically hurt me like somehow. But
okay, that's good.
But yeah.
What were you doing with your hair before?
Normally what happened was like I would grow out my hair for maybe like half a year, and then just cut all of my hair off myself. So
by like just
which
shaving
is like
it
a pair
off.
of flippers or whatever. Yeah, I would just shave it all off, or like maybe put on like a 2-guard or something and cut it all the way. And every time I did it, I ended up not liking my hair, but every time I convinced myself that I thought it would look better this time. So
yeah, when I first met him, you had probably just like cut your hair.
When we first met, I think it was literally like maybe a week after I had cut all of my hair off. So
yeah,
and at that time my hair was pretty long. Like it was not as long as I had gotten during like the pandemic and everything, but it was like long enough to where it was like people knew that I had long hair. But then I cut it all off, and then we met, and I remember a long time later you were like, oh, I didn't really like your hair or whatever. So but it also doesn't help that like during the process of us knowing each other, I cut my hair all off probably like 2 or 3 more times as well. So you got to experience me going from like long-ish, maybe I never let it get long again until like the pandemic, like medium-ish length hair for a guy, to like no hair, like
over and over again.
Over and over.
But I
never told you when I was doing it too. So
yeah, you would just show up one day and just have short hair again. But I mean,
because it was always just on an impulse.
Yeah,
so.
They were just like, I can't anymore. It's too much hair. Just get rid of it. Yeah. Now, how do you feel about me cutting your hair?
I mean, now that it's happened a few times, I think I'm more confident. But even though I'm confident, I do still somewhat get a little like worried or whatever whenever I sit down and you're like cutting my hair, because like, you know, I can't see it, or because usually I'm not like in front of a mirror when we're doing it. So yeah. I
can't believe you're still nervous.
No, I trust you. Like, I'm okay with how it turned out today, right? So
okay.
I like it, and yeah.
Okay, good. So well, I like it. I think I did a good job.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm no expert, and professionals may have more efficient or better ways, or no, but I think that it looks fine for the fact that it's free.
Yeah.
So, personally, I like this a lot better than your shaved haircut.
Oh, yeah.
What is that hairstyle called? I don't know. Is
like
it
a buzz cut?
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't know because I have no male hairstyles.
I think they usually consider like, you know, there's, you know, buzz cut with no guard on. But I think even all the way up to like, I think like an 8 guard, like if you do your whole head, I think they still technically call it a buzz cut, but at a certain point it just becomes like a really short hair.
Or like bald.
Well, bald would be like you have no guard on.
Okay, yeah.
But then like maybe up to like a 4 is considered like just a really short buzz cut, and then anything past that is like, I guess it might still be called a buzz cut, but it's just short hair.
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
Okay.
But you usually it just means you do it through your whole head. Like,
oh my gosh. Speaking of this, we were in Madrid, and I'm like walking home to the apartment because we're nomadic. And I was walking home to the apartment, and I got like a message from him that was like, "Babe, I think I messed up. I'm about to cut it all off," or something like this. And I was like, hold on, I'm almost home. I was like, hold on, I'm almost home. Like, just hang out for like a few minutes. And I run in, and I was like, what's wrong?
I had cut like a piece off or something somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, it looks like sort of I messed up here. So now I'm gonna have to cut all of my hair like to some length or whatever.
Yeah, to like back to basically the hairstyle.
I was about to just buzz cut it all again.
Yeah, like the hairstyle that we both dislike. And I was like, it doesn't look that bad. I was like, why don't you just let it sit for a day? And if you don't like it after 24 hours, you can just go back to your original plan and just cut it off. But the reason why I intervened is because he hates it every time it happens. And I don't know why you keep doing this to yourself if you know you don't like the result.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I feel like it's a lot better now that I cut his hair.
Yeah. I
would love to know if you've cut your own hair, if you've cut anyone else's hair, what your experience is like. Have you had your hair cut by someone unprofessionally, like a friend, playing with hair in general, or even like doing hairstyles, interesting hairstyles? But thank you so much for watching, and if you stick around, you can see other places that we're traveling to soon.